10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to WWT Live. Happy Labor Day. I'm going to be 100% honest. I had no idea I was supposed to be doing this today, and I'm snitching. I'm snitching. Okay, because I'm gonna tell y'all what TK does. That I've figured it out now, and you be really having to you have to fully talk out things with TK because she will fill in blanks that you didn't know were there. So she hit me up. Mind you, she hit me up during Clash in Paris. So I'm already halfway not paying attention because I'm watching Clash in Paris. And so she's like, hey, do you think we will, people will want to go live on the show Monday because it's Labor Day? And I was like, I mean, I guess they would, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, why not? I know it's a holiday, but it's like, yeah, like I think that's cool. I don't think that would be a problem to just throw it out there. But we'll see who says something, just kind of being like a realistic Randy Orton. But then she was just like, okay, so would you be down? And I was just like, yeah, sure. So let me stop right there. Would you be down? Now, is it just me, or is it, hey, when I hear the term, would you be down, like, hey, that I will be joining if people decide to be a part of it? Is that what, honey, please let me know. Is that the first thought process you had in hearing that, or did you hear something different?
I mean, I initially thought, like, at just first sight of reading whatever was happening, that you put me on the spot. Like, I'm just taking it as maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all want to type thing and decide since she's not going to be here, she's going to be out of town, blah, blah. So, I mean, she kind of left it in our hands or up in the air a little. So
I'm thinking, like as a part of the panel, cool. Yeah. If people decide they want to get on it. Yeah. So I wake up this morning, mind you, having enjoyed the Sunday. And I see in our group message, to keep everything organized, because she's very, very organized when it comes to setting all this stuff up, that, hey, Will is going to be hosting today. If anybody is available, please let us know. I'm like, how we jump from like to be on it to I'm hosting now. You see what I mean? You see how, like, where there's a blank, if like you don't know there's a blank right there, but it's like, hey, there's a space right here. Let me fill this part in with something. And you're like, yo, I know I did not say that. So now I'm hosting.
Tell me you did not just say that.
And of course, honey, being honey. This is no reflection on honey. Honey is just being honey.
I'm just down.
Because what she wrote, honey, I mean, what TK wrote was, if anybody is available, let me know. And so here's the thing about this. If Courtney's not a part of it, because Courtney will always say yes. Courtney is one of the most very reliable people here on WWT. She holds it down. And so Courtney was like, no, I'm not available. I'm going to rest. I'm like, oh, bet, because I know everyone else is going to go the holiday route. And I'm like, oh, if Courtney's out, I don't think no one's going to say anything. No, I'm in the clear. No, because we go over here to the land of Honey McDucks. And in her eyes, she saw, this is how she read it, because she didn't know none of the backstory.
But I just basically, yeah, go ahead.
She saw, hey, my friend, my tag team partner is hosting, and nobody has said anything. I can't leave him just thrown under the bus.
What kind of tag team partner would I be? I would never
So
abandon my tag
here
team
I
partner.
come to the rescue, and I'm like, no, hey, I'm fine. I was like, yo, no one's answering. We're in the clear. She's like, I can do it. I'm like, fuck. I was like, I'm so not sober.
At least it wasn't till later, you know?
I didn't know that. That's why I was like, because like I saw Raw came on early, and I was like, okay, are we doing this like right after Raw? Or like what exactly, what time is it? And then she was like, it's at 7, or do you want to go early? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to go early, man. Fuck, I don't want to go at all. Because it is a holiday. Like I tell you that because you're an islander and you feel like every day is a work day. So that's just me not trying to, change your mind on that. Like, sure. But everyone's gonna say no.
I'm so sorry.
Everyone's gonna say no. But honey showed you what true friendship is, but also not reading the room. Also not reading the room. But this is why
you know what I think it also is too. It also because I haven't been like consistently on here throughout the summer because I had a busy schedule with the full-time job and being in the city back and forth and whatnot. But now that I'm here, I'm just like, I'm down for whatever.
And like I said, honey did absolutely nothing wrong. It's just one of those like, hey, like we had all this set up. Like if we had a substitute teacher and everybody was like, yo, hey, we just convinced him that we could get to leave early. And honey comes in like, yo, hey, we supposed to be having this little pizza party thing. Afterwards, I'm like, honey, we could have moved that to another location. So it's like she didn't do nothing wrong. She's just looking out.
I just thought my partner was being left in the dust. Nobody was. There was no bite on the bark. So I was just like, all right, well then it's only the greatest tag team on the internet. Then
Oh, so that's exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. I did not want to come to work today. I just want you to feel like, yo. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that y'all are in here typing, letting us know, like, hey, people will still check in on the holidays to watch us. But imagine being at your job and it's just the two of you here. Like nobody's here. Like I'm in my apartment complex. No one's here. Everyone's doing dumb shit right now. It's quiet as fuck out here. And it's just like, yo, this kind of feels like I'm at the office right now.
It shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, it's like, yo, everybody's gone for the day. The janitor's not even here. Like we used our own keys to get in.
Yeah,
I had to cut the lights on.
We came on the off day. We're the only two on assignment.
Even the security guard leaves or like he's not gonna be here when we
leave. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, like he was like, yo, I'm just supposed to man it down for a little bit, like about 4 hours, and then I get to dip. Like that's his shift, and he's gone already. And we in here. We done went raided whatever snacks was out, whatever was left in the little fridge in the kitchen area, and we like, oh, hey, we gotta shoot.
We eating the cold pasta and the pizza a little cold. We came to the party a little late. Everybody ate all the food. We got the leftovers.
But all right, let's do this show. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are unaware, well, you know what? Look at that.
Oh my Lord!
Well, everyone's turning this into like a sitcom. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to stay. We think it was just us, and it's like, no, you know what, man? A dear old friend is gonna join us and be here at detention.
We are truly doing the Lord's work on a Monday. Look at that.
On a Monday, man. And everybody's joining in. Shout out Courtney as well. Exhausted at home right now.
We don't shout out Courtney though. Let's retract that from the archives.
Excuse me, I resent that. You will not talk about our WWT sis that way. She's been holding it down. She's been bamboozled and
After
ridiculed.
Courtney's
and
recent outburst,
tricked.
the mayor has moved Courtney to the alumni section of WWT.
I'm sorry.
That is now where you can find her contributions until she acknowledges Mercedes Monet as her queen.
Oh shit, man.
Oh, you know that's never gonna happen.
Yo, Courtney's gonna come back like CM Punk. I'm anticipating a CM Punk type return with Courtney being gone.
I have a very, very I think Courtney is about to change her whole gimmick up. When she
walks in, like
it's villain origin story is beginning.
It's about to be some craziness right now.
I'm here for it though.
But yeah, but we are going to jump in. Monday Night Raw did happen tonight. Well, a little bit early today because they're still in Paris, and Paris was rocking the roof just like they were doing this weekend, and we will talk about it. For those that are watching tonight, if you would like your comment to be posted, please use the super chats. It could be $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Why was there never a $4 bill?
It wasn't a 3 either.
3 would have been weird.
There's power in 3 though. Why 4?
Why 3?
I don't know. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also,
so I think I know what your first executive order will be when the holiday's over, Councilman. Bringing out a $4 bill.
There's actually another currency I want to come out, but I can't talk about that on here. Well, actually, I could. Somebody can answer that. If there was a LGBTQ bill that came out, who would be on the cover of it?
That's a good question.
Like if it was like a $5 bill.
Wow. I'm not even sure.
I'm gonna just leave that out there.
I don't even know if I want to take a stab at that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's just out. It's not offensive. It's just out there to think if you had one, because I got some design ideas. Because I ain't gonna lie, I would love a Rainbow 5. Just.
I'm gonna turn this food off. I'm just gonna. I gotta walk off after I say this because I don't want to disrespect nobody. Ellen DeGeneres, is that fair?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if that would fly with the people.
All I can do is throw the question out there. I don't have enough research and knowledge yet to be nominating nobody. I can nominate on the design part. Like I said, Rainbow 5 would be dope in a wallet. Like all the rest of these bills are kind of boring except the 100. It was like, they upgraded that. So it's nice to look at.
That's an interesting question. I think I might know some who would advocate for that because
I still ain't seen no Tubman 20s in California either.
I feel like if we should start doing that. Like our currencies should reflect who we care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't fuck with George Washington like that. You could keep Abe. Abe did something, I guess. But yeah, we need some new people.
I don't know if Ellen DeGeneres would be the right vote though.
Bo's in here dry snitching. Let Courtney pull up to the chat, bro. It ain't gonna change none of my commentary.
Not at all. But please use the super chats, and we ask you to do that because that is to support the WWT network. That is for us here as the panelists to be able to make sure we can keep this live going, being able to make sure our contracts stay paid with our revenue. Also, it puts towards other different projects like the WWT Women's Archive. We are TK has been working very hard and diligently to create a archive of over 3,000 women wrestlers, and that's what she has so far as a part of this archive. And your super chats help support to be able to fund that so we can get that out to be able to show full support for the women who were then, for the women who are now, and for the women who will be here forever. So your support is always important. But let's talk about, there was a clash in Paris. Croissants were everywhere. Espressos were thrown around. And we got some things to talk about. We're going to talk about them in a certain order, honey. So, save your opinion because I know you got a lot to say. And we going to get to it. But let's start off with the opening match. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Honey, your thoughts on the match, not the outcome, but the match itself.
The match was great. The match was a great starter. I think it was very smart to have the OTC open with this, literally being the one to start the show. Bronson Reed definitely needed this match. We spoke earlier in the week about, or prior to this event, about the fact that we didn't want Bronson Reed to get lost in becoming a gimmick with the whole tribal thief thing. And we thought it would be cool, but after a while it would run its course and people would probably get tired of it. So I think this match was very well done. Tribal Chief coming out on top is always a great thing. And Bronson Reed looked very strong still. He's definitely not something to play with, but he's definitely established himself as a top player, especially for the future of the business. And regardless of if he won or lost, I know I voted for him to win in this case, which I will never vote against my Tribal Chief ever again. Bronson Reed did great. And the match did exactly what it needed to do for him, to build him up as well.
I agree 100%.
Mayor, your thoughts? I was going to leave it there.
So, Mayor, we're talking about Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I wanted to get your thoughts on the outcome of the entire match and what we saw at the end. Of course, the Tribal Chief being wheeled out on a stretcher, and of course, is going to be out for quite some time, as they've said. Fractured ribs amongst another list of injuries. But let me ask you, although Bronson Reed was left standing, should he also have won the match? Would that have done something even further if he would have pinned the Tribal Chief?
He still looked like a threat all in all. I kind of wish he would have won the match just to kind of paint him in the same light we're painting Braun Breaker. But I still think he looks strong. Delivering his tsunamis, making the Vision look strong, making their plan seem like it's going to come to fruition. But the way they did it, I'm not mad that there was a small bit of redemption for the Tribal Chief. Taking out Heyman, getting his shoes back, winning the match. It kind of made it seem like, okay, this is still somebody who's a top dog in the company instead of just doing a side quest, which I'm not mad at the way they did it. Because we kind of know where he's going, at least for the foreseeable future, and he's going to have this extended break. So I'm not mad that they did it that way, because I think they still made Bronson look strong as a result. And they work really well together throughout this entire match. I thought they were good dance partners, which you really need.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was a fantastic match. I don't really have anything else to add to it, man. Like, it's just it did everything it needed to. Like, to the Mayor's point, I wish he would have won. So just so that gap between him and Braun Breaker could start to kind of continue to get a little bit smaller. But it ended in the way it ended. But speaking of which, talking about that, even though the OTC is out of the ring, he is still cleared to finish filming, the Street Fighter movie. Along with Cody Rhodes, they will all be in Australia, and we have found out that the filming for Street Fighter will be wrapped by September 20th.
Ooh.
Very interesting. We also have found out that the former IWGP champion, let me make sure I pronounce his name right. I believe he goes by Haruki Goto. The former champion has been cast as E Honda in Street Fighter.
Oh,
interesting.
Nice.
You will be playing E Honda in Street Fighter. But this is very interesting, and I want to get y'all take on this. Filming wraps in September. 20th. And so with that, do you still see these two being players in the end of the year for WWE? And if so, where's the best place to put them within what's going on everywhere? Mayor, let me start with you.
I think for Cody, I mean, being an absentee champion right now, getting taken out by Drew, naturally, his big comeback will be all the trolling, the excellent work that Drew is doing, keeping that storyline alive while Cody's gone. He's going to gun straight for Drew probably around the time. They'll miss WrestlePalooza. I'd say probably around the time about Survivor Series, War Games. You'll probably see that one-on-one match. Roman, if he does come back this year, I think you'll start to see them positioning either the official lick back with Seth, because we're going to be doing Seth and Punk for the foreseeable future. And maybe that's something that takes place at Mania in Vegas next year. But in the interim, it seems like he's going through the gauntlet. And I think the gauntlet will be Bronson Reed, then Breaker, Spear versus Spear before he finally gets to Seth. I think he has to take those steps and vanquish each one before he finally gets to Seth as a final boss type of thing. And by then, Seth and Punk will be done with each other and whatever we're doing with the couples right now.
Yeah. Honey?
Yeah, I would have to agree and piggyback on that, Mayor. I think that pretty much it allows for enough buildup to either continue these stories by, say, before War Games even heads in, we could start building up towards the road to the Rumble. But especially with the way it ended, with the way the match ended, Roman is definitely going to have to go through every single one of the Vision in that case. But of course, Seth has his hands full in a lot. You know, when you have control and you have all the power and you have the title, there's a lot that you can juggle. Let's hope he doesn't bite off more than he can chew. But well played this weekend, Architect.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we shall see exactly what goes on between them and Roman in the foreseeable future. So, but I want to keep you pushing in Clash at Paris. We had the tag team titles on the line. The Borderlands sponsored Street Profits took on the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis. Incredible match, but in the end, because of the numbers with the Wyatt Six, they pulled off the victory and retained the titles. And first of all, just tremendous shout out to France for holding it down with the way that they, cheered everybody this weekend. Like, I think that also brought back up, the spirit of competition with this American crowd. It's like, yo, you got to try to up France.
They made me mad, yo.
Man, France was killing it.
Really was.
Yo,
really.
And when the Wyatt Six came out, oh my God, chills. I wish I was in there.
I was tearing. They were singing the whole song.
Yes. And to the Street Profits, though. All of them hitting the move. Like, I was like, yo, they are really into this. So, of course, picking up the victory, there was a tweet that went out by Angelo Dawkins saying patience wearing thin. So, honey, I'm going to start with you. Thoughts on this? Well, no, because I know this your Wyatt Six. You're going to be biased. Mayor, thoughts on the match, the outcome, and the tweet that went out?
I think that was the first of a series of tweets, too. I think he had another one that just said, keep talking, that came out maybe today. But it seems like I don't want to say the Y6 are holding up the tag team division. It adds an interesting wrinkle for all of the depth they have on SmackDown, which is cool. And it shows that the numbers game can kind of go your protagonist way as well. Because I think nobody's like complaining that it's a 5-on-3 or 5-on-2 game because it's the Y6. And of course, we like this storyline that we're doing with them, propping up Bray's legacy and things like that. Now, match great. Love that the crowd was behind it. Love that they're teasing the dissension between the Street Profits very subtly, even the beginning of the match where Dawkins is like, I'm going to start us off. It makes it seem like both guys are just wildly competitive and really want to win as opposed to them just having beef with each other. So it might really be an amicable split at the end of the day where one guy doesn't have to attack the other. They just decide like, hey, like I'm going to do things my way. As far as the Wyatt Six, I think they're going to go through and just run through the division until we decide somebody's good enough to take the belts off them. I don't know if that's going to be DIY. I thought it would be Ray Phoenix Andrade. And Motor City Machine Guns just had like a promo about their losing streak recently. I don't know which way we go. I just know it's hella tag teams on SmackDown that are just waiting in the wings. So, and we haven't had a draft or a shakeup or nothing. So
they said that might happen due to the move with ESPN. That they might like be able to tie that in with the whole ESPN dynamic and stuff. So we gonna see.
Part of me is like
a draft.
Part of me is here for that, for the ESPN production, but a part of me does not want to see like how they used to do like the Fox and USA board of directors doing the draft picks. We're gonna get ESPN analysts like announcing draft picks and stuff like that, which might be like pretty lame at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. But you got Pat McAfee on there too. So it's just like there's a lot of ways I think to work it in a creative way. And I think with having it with ESPN, maybe they can find that common ground to make some magic. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this partnership gels when it comes to them in wrestling. But honey, your thoughts on the match, the outcome, and the tweet?
The tweet was definitely concerning, especially from the start of the match, seeing the back and forth between Dawkins and Montez Ford. It's kind of to be expected. You know, there's a lot of pressure on them. They haven't really been getting any wins on their belts. They had their titles and they lost them. So, you know, they're very hungry and they're, you know, trying not to grasp at straws. But, you know, with the message that the Wyatt Six brings to the whole division, like I said before on WWT on Friday, it's not so much about holding hostage the titles. It's more so about keeping the titles safe because they feel there's no one deserving to take it away from them. All these tag teams that have been going at them, they've beaten already this year. They got through Faction, they've gone through the Street Profits, they've gone through DIY, they've gone through Motor City Machine Guns. So they don't have really much anything to prove. If anything, it's just more so about them being able to call out the BS of the tag team division, I guess, is what they're trying to do. I think there's a deeper message with that because, of course, somebody like Bo Dallas would know what it takes to be part of a true family. Of course, someone like Bo Dallas would know what it takes to be part of a tag team. You know, he's been in that rate, and also, you know, with his brother as well being part of a tag team. So I think it's more so about keeping the legacy of Bray and continuing to expose the liars in the wrestling industry, and starting with the tag team division. But I wonder when it's going to happen where they start broadening out. You know, when's Nikki going to have her breakout? You know what I mean? When is Eric Rowan going to get something going on with him? When is Bo? You know, they're kind of hinting at it with The Miz a little bit on Friday Night SmackDown because, you know, that was the first time we've seen Miz and Uncle Howdy face to face since the last time he chased him out of Raw. But yeah, so the tweet is concerning. Match was great. I'm happy my Wyatt 6-1. Told you so.
There should be nothing stopping the company from just going Wyatt 6 versus MFTs at this point. Like, why not?
That would be the next. That would be the next thing, and maybe that's why Pharaoh got the title taken.
Yeah,
they might as well just do that with them so the MFTs don't get stale. You can really do. What are you going by? Tala Tonga now and Eric Rowan. You can do. Maybe not a just straight up singles, but you can make that the whole stare down spectacle right there.
I call him Big Time.
Put Nia Jax in there with the MFTs.
Make it real interesting.
Put Nia Jax in there.
Then you have somebody for Nikki.
Yeah. But not only that, it's like we still give us, don't judge me, but we still get that slither of hope that the final boss could come in between because we know Nia is his favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's looking kind of slim right now. I know he had all that mass for the Smash Machine. That's not a lot of mass. He definitely lost it all. I don't know. I think the internet's just tripping.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, again, they just hating because nobody said anything about that when Batista slimmed down.
Yeah, right. He might have gone from like 285 to 250. Like he's still big as hell.
He's still
I remember too. Most of the world don't work out. So it's like, like most of y'all don't know how being active work. You don't know what it's like with with his eating regimen and being able to keep all of that up. When you change all of that stuff, you have dramatic drops. Like how you lose water weight so quickly. Like imagine the other ways of how that stuff goes with muscle mass when you're not feeding it anymore as you used to. It's like, yo, there's layers to a lot of that stuff. And and I'm one to talk about it, but it's like, yeah, like I don't know why y'all sitting here tripping and going like, oh, he didn't got small. He must have been on them steroids. It's like, no.
Yeah, but and also real quick, one more thing about the Wyatt Six. I think that having them go against Solo is a really good story to tell, being that Solo abandoned his family and recreated a new one. You know what I mean? And the whole thing about the Wyatt Six is abandonment and your family and taking accountability for the betrayals that you've done beforehand and prior. And we know Solo was also that silent assassin. And Uncle Howdy could pretty much bring that back out of him.
You know what? Didn't they tease it a couple weeks ago? With Tyler looking behind over his shoulders, and then
yes, and they were in the back. They were in the back.
Mm-hmm. And then another thing too, you put Naya in there, and she started messing with Nikki, and then that activates Alexa to come back so she can help.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, there's some connective tissue right here with this. Ooh, I can't wait till we get in the writer's room. Can't wait till we get in the writer's room. Mayor, we might have to have you on kayfabe this Thursday, man. We gonna have to introduce you to the writer's room.
But you know what? I can probably multitask. That's the first game of the season, so I'll be working Eagles, Cowboys. So I can probably multitask.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind.
Eagles, Cowboys.
We always have. Anyway,
I'm not interested in the game whatsoever.
I know you're not. Not that game. I don't think any of us are. So,
but the financial ramifications help me out a lot.
Understood. We'll talk about it offline. But yes, then we had the intercontinental title on the line. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. Whoever would like to go first. Thoughts on this match?
Aside from the botch kick, I was okay with it. Nikki did look great. It's not very easy to come back, especially after going through what she's gone through in her personal life to get here. So I commend her, but the botch kick was crap. Shout outs to Becky for trying to sell it. Didn't really work. We all saw it, or we all saw it not happen. But other than that, Becky did what it needed, did what she needed to do, and the greatest horsewoman won.
Commentary wasn't shit for that either. Y'all was so far off. I'm like,
not for nothing. Wait, somebody on really quick. The part where Nikki was slamming Becky's head on the table. Somebody online, I forget who it was, but somebody online literally posted that and then mirrored it with Ace Ventura when he was fighting Tommy Davis and he was bashing his head on the. Sorry, that's it. Go ahead. But that was funny. I'll send it to you. I think I actually know who said it. I forgot.
Mayor, thoughts on this match?
You got a journalism for that? You gotta be joking me.
This wasn't it, man. It wasn't it. The chemistry wasn't there. I feel so bad for Nikki that she had to go through all those boos, and this is kind of like I don't want to say a final lap, but it's like one of the later laps of her career. But the Becky hands on the table spot, the missed kick, and I don't know who to blame for that. So I don't know if Becky was late or Nikki was early. Just look back. It reminded me of the time, I think this was during the Greatest Royal Rumble. I think it was Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal. And Jeff Hardy hit a whisper in the wind, and Mahal was completely out of the spot, but he still sold it and fell down anyway. So it was like literally the wind hit him.
Yeah.
That's what that spot reminded me of. I think Becky winning makes the most sense because it allows Nikki to build the chase. And if TK was here, she would tell you, well, who's the devil you want to serve or whatever she'd be talking about. With Nikki Bella's going to generate all this different content and viewership. So eventually there are people that are clamoring for her to win. But the in-ring part, it's tough, man. It's tough. I do like the fact that she keeps tying her sister in on socials because they went back to the hotel and Brie was under the bed with a glass of wine. Like, oh, I went underneath the wrong place. So eventually they'll figure that out. The money will be right. The TKO will do the right thing and bring her on board. But yeah, I think where Becky is now, let's just keep going that way until something come around.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I've noticed when you deal with someone like a Nikki Bella. If this was 2007, this would have been a great match because she was wrestling like it was 2007, 2010, like she was back in that era. So what it was is you sharpened your skills up just so you could look good in the ring, which you did. It wasn't bad. Like even the botches that she had, they weren't bad. She was still doing what she needed to do in the ring.
We've seen worse.
We've seen worse.
We've seen her do worse than that one.
But we can tell like you didn't adapt new styles to what women have to do today. And those speeds are vastly different because the way divas wrestle to the way the women's division wrestle are complete polar opposites. And you could tell Nikki didn't train for that. So the different speeds that Becky is used to and accustomed to moving, it's like, yo, like, this is the way we're going. Like how you have to like kind of slow yourself down when you wrestled Hulk Hogan. Like AJ can't be jumping every which kind of way and stuff like that. Like you gonna miss that big boot because you done went in too fast and his leg ain't even got all the way up yet. Mm-hmm. So that's what you kind of saw with Nikki Bella. Like, so it wasn't that she was bad. It's just, again, it like how Mayor brought up with Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. They just weren't good dance partners. And I think too, for the fact also that could be involved is you have a veteran dealing with another veteran. And so while, Becky has respect, so it's like, okay, hey, I'm going to kind of let you lead this thing and you let me know how you want to go over with it. It's like, okay, there's certain ways that you're accustomed to doing a match. And it's like, that's what we could tell the disconnect was. But I think it did what it was supposed to. I think it was at the PLE it needed to be at, which was Clash in Paris. It wasn't a big major one and stuff. And, if the hints at Brie are still going there, it's like, hey, you went, you had yourself a title match, dope. You'll get to be in the Royal Rumble. We'll know you'll be there. If that don't work out, link up with Brie Bella, get a WrestleMania moment with them tag titles. And if Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are still holding them, like, yo, that's going to be a great rivalry going into WrestleMania. That's a WrestleMania match in Vegas. We know we can all say that. That's gonna do numbers.
And the crowd was hot for them though. The crowd was really hyped for Nikki when she came out. She got her flowers for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, it falls in line of like what Nikki's doing. Like, and Nikki's not a waste. I don't want to say that. I can't say that Nikki's a full waste. Just like, again, the thing we talk about TK when you are following the bag. Like, she's doing just what she's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And no one was expecting to be like, yo, this finna. You know what it was? We wasn't expecting Trish Stratus when it came to Nikki. Like, we even gave Trish Stratus a little leeway. She blew that out the wall. We're like, oh, like, have you still been wrestling this whole time?
Had a whole Hell in the Cell match. Thank you, Trish.
Like, yo, have you still been doing this while you weren't on TV? But with Nikki, it was just a little different. But so
that's exactly why Trish had to be on that list we was voting on a few weeks ago.
Yes, and we will have that. I'm gonna try to have a few other Canadians on there as well, but we will be having that debate very soon. But like I said, it did what it needed to do. So it is what it is, but Becky Lynch is still the Intercontinental Champion. Now, the match that said it would steal the show, it didn't, but it was up against two tough bangers of matches. But they definitely delivered in this. I just want to get y'all thoughts on the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match between Sheamus and Rusev. Was the right decision made? And your thoughts on the match. Honey, let's start with you.
I believe that the right decision was made. And I believe that the way the finish was very unique. It was something that we really hadn't seen like that before. Rusev, out of desperation, going all the way back, stretching Sheamus back on the accolade was pretty wild, a pretty wild view. But the match was great. It was brutalizing. It was perfect. It was exactly what it needed to be, the good old fashioned Donnybrook match. slamming through the Donnybrook bar, the shillelagh action, which we have graciously renamed her Shay Shay here on WWT. So there was a lot of Shay Shay action, Rusev was the right man to come out on top. He basically showed why he still has earned his place here. And he's going to be a top heel going forward. And Sheamus, of course, he shines in any kind of match when it comes to his style of matches. It's very rare that he loses. I think this is his second tap out as well. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any harm to Sheamus at all whatsoever, as you said, that it would, But I really enjoyed this match. Every single match was it got better and better and better. This one was like, okay, yeah, we're in the middle of the card now, just so you know. And I realized that basically throughout the whole night, there was no bathroom break match at all. Paris was screwed.
Yeah. Mayor?
Right outcome, beautiful violence. I like that Rusev got the nod. He really needs it. I think we forget that Rusev was a part of a big debut, Raw after Mania. Mm-hmm. And that sizzle we had initially is kind of like dwindled a little bit. Sheamus is a perfect dance partner to get that right back. They've been partners. They've been adversaries. And if they do this one more time, I think Rusev should go over again. Because, again, Sheamus, this doesn't hurt him. And spoiler, I think Sheamus is probably the one that gets that IC belt off of Dom and not AJ Styles, because that's the only belt that Sheamus has never gotten, has been chasing in the past 4 or 5 years. So I think putting Rusev over so we can get into bigger contention for another title, especially like getting back in world title contention, is great. Sheamus is just reminding us how good Rusev is, and everything he learned from AEW, from his time before, starting to showcase itself in the ring right now.
Yeah, I agree. My mind was going in the same place as far as the IC title goes. I think Sheamus winning would be a huge win. I think they should do it at Crown Jewel. Like, I think that would just blow the roof off the place if he won and became Grand Slam Sheamus. And I think for Rusev too, it was the right outcome. Just making sure what is the next lateral move for him to make. Like his moves are very they need to be very strategic. Unlike Sheamus, like again, like you said, Sheamus will be fine taking this L. If he goes IC route, cool. If that's not something they want to do just now, he'll still be okay. But with Rusev, it's like we need to see, okay, what's your next person? And it can't be a mid-tier guy. Like we need to see somebody that's like, yo, okay, who's in the world heavyweight division that we can have be a distraction with Rusev and make a nice rivalry to have us show him that he's in this picture.
Between now and Mania, you can absolutely do Rusev and Cody.
Yeah,
100%. And I would be so interested in that.
Yeah.
Then like Cody just doing all the retread rivalries over and over and over.
Yeah. There's a lot that could happen here with this. I can even see him and Jay. Like, I think that'd be something to be seen. And then, like how Rusev go over would be something would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they still tied up with, the vision and stuff. And we'll talk about that as well. But shout outs to them. That was a fantastic match. Another one you got to give credit to. The Never Seen 17 took on Logan Paul. And of course, John Cena picks up the victory. No beast involved. But overall, this match, though, some moves were pulled out from both sides. A lot of homage was paid during this match. Mayor, let me get your overall thoughts on this match between John Cena and Logan Paul. And what does this do for both of them now that this match is in the books?
I genuinely thought that John was going to lose this match, and I don't think it would have been wrong if he did. But allowing John to go on top and keep Logan Paul in this space where, yes, you have all the ability in the world, but you're not ready type of like glass ceiling. I think that's important. There was a tweet that I was trying to look for that encapsulated that match perfectly, but it said something about how you can have like all the ability in the world, do all the great moves, but like the foundation of going to a wrestling school is important. And you can tell that Logan Paul is missing that, from the simple things like throwing a punch. Like sometimes it comes off very sloppy, but then he can go do all the highlight reel moves, and it shows in big time matches like this when you're in there with the GOAT, where like we can hit the buckshot lariat, but we can't throw a punch and make it look like it's believable. So I think it highlighted the best of both worlds with that, but having John go over, like we're going to feel good with the last 7 or 8 dates, and now we can just forget about that and move on to Brock, because now it actually adds a layer of like, well, Brock can actually beat John. John's still back on the high horse and on his hot streak again. So we'll see. But I think for Logan, nothing changes. He's in the company full time now. He'll probably get involved with another major storyline as we head to Survivor Series.
Honey, your thoughts on the GOAT versus your favorite wrestler? How was it?
The GOAT being John Cena in this particular case, because I'll never say that about the other individual, at least not right now. Great match. I was very thoroughly impressed with Cena, from jumping off top ropes to code reds to styles clashes. I was just like, good golly, Super Cena. I did not know you still had all of that in your arsenal. It was really refreshing to see. Crowd was engaged the whole time. Them boys was working in there. They were working in there. And I do give it to Logan Paul. Like that buckshot lariat, that was a thing of beauty. That was actually very nicely done. And like said, he does still have some smaller, tedious, and more meticulous things to work on as far as like in-ring work and, shaping himself up to be the superstar that they want him and building him to be. But yeah, I believe how many, I don't know how many, I don't know how many of us voted for Logan Paul, but I definitely was very happy to be the only one rooting for Cena. And you never bet against Super Cena.
Only one. You weren't the only one rooting for Cena. Don't try to go sit on like you were.
Nah, I think we was all rooting for Cena, but the logic.
He picked Cena.
Well, because I think TK picked Cena. Somebody else picked Cena. You weren't the only one.
Well, then me and Boss Lady, we had that.
Maybe Courtney too. I think. And Courtney too also picked that. But yeah, I thought it did everything it was supposed to do and more. And it just gave you another glimpse of like, dang, that was his last time in Paris. Shit.
Every single time they do the intro for him, and he does the salute and the Never Seen 17, and the bow, and I'm just like, bro, stop. You're going to make me cry. Like, none of us are emotionally ready for December 13th. Like, December's going to be here before we know it, and we're going to be like, fuck.
We got 8
the last time we don't see it.
8 more times to see him.
I've already started to think about how many times I've actually seen John Cena wrestle live and trying to really calculate that before I drop an ungodly amount of money for Survivor Series.
TK, man, you got to get us in there, man. Look, November is my birthday. Like, hey, Survivor Series, man. I just got to hear that music in the arena one more time. One more.
It's quite something, man.
It's just a ticket.
I happily, took it in with SummerSlam. I drank that shit and I was just like, damn, yo, like, salute. I salute you, sir. Like, I think it's not the first time I've seen Cena live. I did want to see Cena as the heel live, which is what I really went there for. But
I'm okay with that. I'll
take what I could get at this point, being that there's only a few dates left. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted face Cena.
I get it. I saw
Stu, let's go to work. That's right.
The other time that I saw Cena live was when he faced AJ Styles, and that was glorious. That was a glorious match to see up close. But I'm happy that he's getting the send off that he wanted, and he's doing everything on his own terms. And shout outs to Logan Paul. I'll give you a little shout out.
Wow. One day we'll have to rank send-offs, like how people do how these companies do like the final matches or the final years.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, now so we just have to pick them right, because then they come back.
Well, I'm
And so,
talking about like legit legends. Like the only thing that comes to mind recently is like how they did Sting in AEW when they brought his like sons in. I'm like, oh, that's chef's kiss. That's brilliant.
yeah,
Like everything they did. I was like, I'm not here for the tag team match, but the way they did it, I'm like, all right, cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have one like the Undertaker where he left all of it in the ring and stuff. He actually has two technically. It's that one and then the one with him and AJ Styles because he was like, "Yo, like that was the end of the Undertaker,"
That was a great.
and he really stopped going by that. I'm like, wow, that's insane. So now you're just the American badass Undertaker. It's like, wow, he did shit.
I know. You know what's crazy? I always felt that that's the Undertaker all his life. You
Yeah,
are exactly as you advertise yourself. You wear all black. You have your motorcycle. You like your Jack Daniels. You chilling in the back. You're in the cut, and you're the judge, jury, and executioner for the locker room.
He's a straight Texas guy, man. You can see
Mark
Holloway. All right, this main event. World title on the line, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk. This is what we were left seeing.
It's the McMahon Helmsley era all over again. That's what I got from this.
That's what I was saying as soon as I saw it. And I was just talking like JR. It's the McMahon Helmsley era all over again. That's
Triple H, you backstabbing son of a
damn you, Seth Rollins.
Regardless how anybody feels, this was like A+ execution. I mean, like the past month since WrestleMania, because all we've been talking about is who's the fourth man.
Yep.
Who's the fourth man? Like A+ execution.
Yes.
Plan B for Becky.
Yes. Yo, this was like, I was just like, yo, like something Peter Rosenberg said after the post show was like, I'm flabbergasted that we're shocked that it happened. And when you think about it, you're just kind of like, yo,
it's like, duh,
they really did it. Now, because like we've seen it where it's like they've done it as heels.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it as faces.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that as faces.
It was okay because it was a Baron Corbin and somebody else, and it was okay. Lacey Evans.
I was at Raw. Okay.
That's what makes me so mad about tonight. Why Becky can't just eat a GTS? Like I ain't see her eat an end of days before.
Well, I ain't gonna lie though.
Why are we treading that line like it matter?
so just throw this out there. After that happened, Baron started doing this again. All the way out. If I'm mistaken, please let me know. But I don't think that dude like got any title shots until he got to NXT, and then they got him with Braun Breaker, and they were doing great. They broke that up immediately, and then let his ass go.
Mm-hmm.
Sindil's comment is interesting because I've been seeing that parallel a lot. That the company was at its lowest time when these two were on top, doing the same type of thing in 2019. I saw an interesting parallel with Seth and Hickenbottom about how his title reigns when he's the top guy, like Sean was, the company was at its lowest and poorest. And I'm like, do you guys think that as well?
I like to also point that out, though. Y'all make it sound like it's one person on this television. So if that's the case, then also Brett was a part of the lowest time it was there. If we're doing that,
how you break Brett?
I said, and did he also? I'm like, yo,
why are you bringing up old stuff?
This is after Brett dropped. We talking about like the actual Shawn Michaels run as the top guy champion.
But I'm saying Brett's still there. Like it's not just about him. Like none of us go watch Raw to say I'm only here to see Seth freaking Rollins or I'm only here to see Roman Reigns. None of us say that. It's not up to your champion just to be able to pull bank. Mm-hmm. It is your product. So if it's at its lowest point, it's because the product is bad. Because we've seen LeBron put up massive numbers and the rest of his team was shit. And they lost. That didn't make LeBron bad, but the team didn't win. So it's the same thing with that. If you think about the time they were in a tag team, I can think of a whole bunch of storylines during that time was like, yo, this ain't it. this ain't it. So every time somebody throw that out, because when I brought up the whole, the video I have, I won't throw the jab, honey. But that's what everybody's like go-to thing is. And they're just like, oh, he had the lowest point as a champion. Then also too, I'm like, yo, didn't they also have a rivalry going on with WCW who were literally taking their ratings? So y'all don't factor that in and like, yo, there's a whole new product out.
I don't know. People,
I don't
think
know where
everybody
Dylan
that
is,
goes
but
on that Twitter, people that do this is why I haven't got one yet, but I'm working on it for
Dylan.
myself.
If you are watching this anywhere afterwards, if you can take Sage D's comment and actually give me a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card heart Hickenbottom sound, I will love that.
You've activated my trap card.
Please do that.
Oh, thank you, Sage D. Yes, please.
No.
Anything with Yu-Gi-Oh! I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a huge I'll talk about that later. But yeah. God, that was incredible. That was incredible. But we know what it's leading to, so we're gonna talk about it. So let's go ahead and jump into Monday Night Raw while we're still here and we get to our main topic. Kicks off with
Disclaimer: This, ladies and gentlemen, this will be your Raw post show.
Like, listen, this is combining. I'm just letting y'all know.
I thought you were going to say
So,
something else, but that's funny.
I don't know if we got to change the title. I told TK yesterday I would do one, but since we're doing it on a late night WWT live, this will be your active Raw post show.
I mean, I feel like look, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if we're doing these on Monday at this time, might as well have it as a part. The post show is like your own segment.
True. Kind of like what we did with Honey Pot Predictions on Campaign.
Why are you cussing at me, Sindel? You don't know me like that.
In all caps.
With the bass in the voice too.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you like I told TK last week when I was supposed to do the show in the day. Like, why do you need to? Why do we need to?
Understandable. I understand that. However, I thought what you were going to say is, Mayor, because we're about to talk about Jey Uso and LA Knight. This is something you've called, sir. Yeet versus has been all over, even including the Slim Jim commercials. So,
have y'all seen that LA Knight was throwing that subtle shade to Jey, kind of taking his thunder with the Yeet movement?
Yep.
Saying like it might be a coincidence, but I don't know. Like it sounds like he took influence.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's mad he ain't getting that merchandise deal and all this other type of stuff.
I mean, but can we be honest, man? There's a lot of shit LA Knight has done throughout the years where I'm like,
Sindel, that's strike one. I will boot your ass out this damn live. Don't you ever utter those words again.
Well, man, thoughts on the opening of Monday Night Raw, and then how do you feel about where Jey Uso and LA Knight are positioned currently? They also took the main event tonight of Monday Night Raw tag team action against the members of the Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. But thoughts on these two and where they are currently? Mayor, let's start with you.
I like the power struggle because obviously CM Punk is going to be laser focused on Seth, and then I like that Jey is kind of like the pit bull, big mama of the bloodline. When somebody go down, he's like the one that really takes it on the shoulders and his heart. So he's like, it's not about championships, not about titles, it's about revenge right now. Same for LA Knight, but LA Knight is still like, hey, I want to be champion. These guys are in my way. I need to clear my path. So I like that LA Knight wasn't doing anything on SmackDown. Now he seems like he has purpose on Raw. With Jey can stay in the title picture as long as he wants because we're going to, at the end of the day, whether he qualifies or not, it's like you tap Gunther. At some point, we got to be like, you tap Gunther. I mean, that's just what it is. Yeah. LA Knight is just one of the bigger names in the brand, but a good side mission could be Yeet versus because, I mean, Seth is going to be dealing with CM Punk almost directly, and the Brawns are just here to cause havoc on the show. So I think eventually we'll get it. We might get it on WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis. I'll be interested in seeing that. But I like that they're positioned as the top the top protagonist on Raw, even so much that Jay now has a Mun Jay Night Raw shirt that just dropped.
They are going in overhaul with this dude's merch, man.
He getting Cena level merchandise, man.
It is. Like when I seen the sweatsuit combo he had on at Clash of Paris, I'm like, what's this off-white design logo they got you in right now? I'm like, yo, wait a minute.
Legit.
My problem is why everybody can't get the colorways. Like,
That's what I'm saying, yo. I'm like, bro, like there's so many things I would do, like and like create for so many of them there, man. I might just have to start doing that in general. Just like, yo, hey, what y'all think of this colorway? That might have to start being some of my posts. Just making some dope ass merch for like wrestlers. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make that a segment. Okay, fade. But honey, your thoughts?
I think Jay is looking and sounding a lot like his older self. It's very right hand man kind of Jay, you know, like I'm gonna get him, like just point at him, and I'm gonna get him. You know what I mean? Line him up, shoot him down. I'm digging that. LA Knight is not backing down. I don't think he should. I think the power struggle, as Mayor said, it is a lot of fun. They are two top guys on Raw right now. They are the fan favorites. As soon as their music hits, you know, everybody's bound to go crazy. So I could see a rivalry again down the road, but considering everything that we saw at the end of Raw, that might have to be put on hold a little bit.
can I bring something up real quick? Mr. Uso, no disrespect to your bloodline and family, but I am sending you a bill.
Oh no, you're not.
Because I'm sending you a bill because you have been distracting my client from her goals and her dreams. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm just leaving it right there. My client is too young in her career. She don't need no damn distractions. The bill will be in the mail.
I mean, he said what he said.
What happened next, Will?
Something else happened on Raw. 5 letters. Whatever.
Oh yeah, Bronson did drop that. He did say that too. That's surprising, dropping that on live TV on Netflix, by the way.
Like, you saw what I typed in the chat. I was like, did he really just say that? Like, all yeet, no.
Because they don't know what it means.
I think, yeah, they're in France, but like,
I think it's hilarious though.
remember how we thought they were going to get more edgy on Netflix? It really hasn't been. I feel like that's as far as they've gone.
It kind of has, but it just like it's one of those like they only get so many.
They still block the curses and everything. Meanwhile,
well, they let it go for a little bit now. So like if Jay is finna say shit, they let that run. And then the crowd thing, they let it run for a little bit, then they block it out because I think you're limited to so many in order to keep the rating that you have for that show. Because you can only say so many cuss words before it becomes like rated mature or something like that. So they got to try to save that in case someone goes off script and says something else. They're still under their number. But yeah, so then we also had tag team action. The Kabuki Warriors taking on the Judgment Days. Raquel Rodriguez and my client Roxanne Perez. Asuka going deeper into her heel bag, taps out my client, and has kind of been punking the former world champion Io Sky. Just want to get y'all quick thoughts on the women's tag division on Raw right now after this display, and what's going on with Io Sky. Kyrie saying Asuka. I was finna say something else.
oh man.
I was finna say, what's going on with our friendly Asians?
Oh man.
I don't know if that's offensive or not. But it sounds like a great TV show.
Wow.
Kyrie's so stressed out. I feel so bad for Kyrie. She was getting yelled at this whole show. And I will tell you one thing, Councilman. The more and more I watch Roxanne on Monday Night Raw, the more I realize she had no peers in NXT. None. 0. Like, she was really carrying some weight. She had no peers that can work with her on that brand. So you see it in the in-ring work. I'm glad the Kabuki Warriors picked up a win because now you can actually buy them as contenders. Me personally, the women's tag team division can be kind of strong. Like Judgment Day will get their lick back. They'll probably get the titles back sometime around the line when Liv ever reemerges. But also, I'm selfishly hoping that Zaruka gets more time in this division, because I mean, you can do the parallels with Soul and Charlotte all day. But the Kabukis, what's going on with EO? It's like how we talked about last week. It's going to be one or the other. Either they cost EO the championship at WrestlePalooza, or EO just rides with family and they jump Rhea. It's going to be one or the other. No in between.
Yeah. Or Kyrie and EO could be tired of Asuka shit and they jump Asuka.
But that only works if Asuka really go back to badass territory. Like,
yeah,
no, I get it, but I'm just saying there's one of three ways. I was just adding another as devil's advocate.
I would even see Kyrie abandoning both of them just to not make a decision.
Abandon ship. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. But
I'm here for it.
He couldn't wait to get that off either. She saw that opening and was like,
it literally came to me, and I was like,
they had it revved up. Go for it. Nobody said nothing.
You know what,
really
Those are resident like Joshi enthusiasts. I wonder what she's thinking about this. I don't want to call it a love triangle, but this family business amongst the trio.
The soap opera.
The sister fight. The sister fight.
The soap
opera. Happens.
It seemed like they both really scared of Asuka. Like, damn, I really don't want to piss her off.
Yeah. And
since she's been back, I feel like Asuka's a little more temperamental and she's been a little more possessive of her girls. I think it could be about perspective in this point. Some would say that Asuka's, punking or bullying or whatever it is. I really don't think it's bullying. It's just that Asuka's teaching her, you can't trust anybody but us, and you should know that by now.
Man, it's like she told Rhea, yo, I've been over here for 10 years doing this stuff. Man, watch your mouth. Like, it's just one of those.
Right?
It's like,
she said, who am I? I'm Asuka.
She said,
I was like, oh, okay.
Nobody ready for me. And it's like, yo, that's the Asuka I need. I'm like, yo, hey, fuck that nice shit.
That just made me want Asuka and Rhea.
Yeah, like screw the nice talk. Like, let these folks know, like, hey, yo, I don't know who you talk to, but you better step back before I slap taste at you.
Yes.
Like that. Be like, yo, I'm gonna tell you one more time. Stop hanging with her. You hear me? Stop hanging with her. Like,
it's like the moms that know, like, when you bring in like new friends over and shit like that, and your mom could already tell that's not your friend. That's not your friend. That's what I feel like Asuka's doing. And the funniest part about it all is when Asuka walks away, Kyrie's still there, and you hear Kyrie. I'm just like, yo.
Asuka, hey, listen, Asuka used a backhand for other things now.
You know what? They could be positioning this
the fastest spinning backhand.
Let's not do that. Let's not get Cindy's hopes up.
No, I'm just making sure that we remind you.
We know it's a very subpar back fist, but Asuka used a submission tonight to win her match, which she should always do.
Yeah, but if any other opportunity in the future to get Asuka versus Roxanne, that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I was going to say the interesting thing right now that we know the women's title match for WrestlePalooza, it might, and this is where I don't trust WWE to do like smart things, but it could be positioning EO to choose her girls, and then now they're attacking Rhea just for Stephanie to come be the hero and help Rhea out.
I don't know.
They're not going to do the admirable babyface versus babyface here. I don't trust them to.
Here's why I see where you're coming from, but I'm also looking at the big picture as well. You got to think about it. We're moving on to ESPN. And what's the one thing that we've noticed that TKO is trying to do? TKO understands that they've mastered the sports entertainment side. But what they need to is to be able to showcase this as a sport, because what they want is to be included back into the Olympics. Like, imagine WWE in the Olympics. Like, this is where they're trying to get that to. So if you think about it, remember, we have not had a real outcome between these two. this is why they held that match off like that, because we was like, yo, you could have done this at Clash of Paris, but it's like, no, we're gonna do this for our first PLE on ESPN. We're gonna get two of the best wrestlers in the world. We're going to put the vacated title on the line. They may have to have a determined winner for this. Somebody is going to have to take an L for this to show everything of what it's about, especially if there's a chance that the world title is not going to be on the line or the WWE championship is going to be on the line.
Oh,
Very true. We might be heading for a mixed match with that.
I have a question though. Well, no, that's Raw. Bailey's on SmackDown or Raw?
Bailey's on Raw.
Bailey's on Raw.
Interesting.
And I don't know if that's something y'all want to talk about. I don't know what the hell that was that Lyra did with that handshake. Let's stop burying her character in open mic segments with stuff like that.
Yeah, let's stop trying to make her funny. Like she didn't write that. Don't do that.
No, I know she did. I know she didn't write that. But
same thing with the elevated shoes and a little twist she did a month ago.
But
Like,
Becky Stompers.
let's stop doing that.
Like, stop doing that.
I'm still
Doing it to her.
That's when she showed up. Got no reaction out of me or Paris.
And that's what's sad, because this ain't far from like
This ain't far
where
from
she
where
from.
you're from. Mhm.
Like,
And then didn't give her no match. It's like, yo, why is she not wrestling? Like, I know
it's like they really don't know what to do with Lyra, and it's sad.
Yeah. So, but then we also had the IC title on the line, AJ Styles versus the scumbag of the century, Dominic Mysterio, the greatest luchador, the greatest Mysterio of all time. And if you thought it was going to end any other way, I don't know why you would think so. You know, if you thought it wasn't going to end like this, I hope you choke on your Wingstop that you bought because of Dirty Dom. But thoughts on this match and Dominic Mysterio retaining, because I thought this was incredible.
Definitely match of the night.
I'm happy that AJ Styles really, like, I think people wanted that match to be on Clash, but still, like, AJ getting that love he got, amazing. And I think with Dom, I think the company realized they have something huge here. Like with the love Dom gets on these live shows, and then on top of that in Mexico, like he's probably really about to be a double champ.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's way evident now. And now I think that kind of with Big Grande showing up, now you can do something with Big Grande and AJ for a while, because Big Grande could be a heel in the States or wherever in America. In Mexico, he like big homie. They love him. He cannot be booed in Mexico based on what I've seen.
You calling him Big Grande?
Big Grande.
So you're calling him Big and Grande twice. Basically.
Yes, big Grande.
Got it.
Big. He big.
Big.
That's
Grande,
how
Grande.
large that man is.
He big.
Big. Grande.
Yeah. No,
Grande
big
squared, if you will.
As he's saying, Big Grande. American and Mexican. So he's that's how big it is.
Grande squared. Done. Weak.
Yeah, I don't think that loss hurts AJ Styles at all, though.
No, especially with the way he was received in Paris. I mean, we've seen him when he went against Cody at Backlash a couple years back, and going for the title, and we saw how the camera was literally shaking because of how much Paris was rocking and doing their chant. I believe what they're saying is he is phenomenal, and they're just saying it over and over in repetition. And it's like their song that they serenade him with. But the fact that went through the whole commercial break, the whole match, basically, and they were even saying dirty, dirty Dom. Like, it was just absolutely amazing. The energy that Paris brought to it. This match was absolutely sick. I expected it to be nothing less. I love watching AJ. I love seeing Dom grow. Yeah, and Dom retaining, which was going to be the obvious. I don't know. I mean, I understand why this wasn't in Clash in Paris. You needed something to hype up, besides the other things that happened around. You needed the match to hit for Raw. And, of course, bringing out AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, was perfect.
I know AJ Styles better hit a 5-knuckle shuffle in one of these matches.
Right. Something, or attitude adjustment or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
STF. I can see an STFU. I can see an STFU being delivered. But Mary, your thoughts on this match? Or did you give it already?
I gave it, but I mean, I think it's a good move. I think Dom retaining,
That's
and
right.
the fact that he's retaining without Judgment Day, just finding a way
Yeah.
to win. That's
Mhm.
the real scoop here. That he's
Yeah.
finding a way to win without Finn, and Finn picked up a win tonight too. I want to acknowledge that because he never do.
Yes,
so that's
he
good
did.
for him. But no, the fact that we are allowing Dom to find various ways to win matches without the help of his team, I think it's just keeping him prolonged to be AAA champion, and then the scorn of Liv whenever that happens, just like turn his world upside down.
Mm-hmm. I also could see Tom probably sometime next year, if not before then, gaining a faction of his own without Judgment Day.
You say Dom?
Mm-hmm. Like
Splitting
he's
with
gonna
Liv
be,
and
he's gonna
with
be the true
Raquel and
leader of his
Roxy.
own faction, for sure.
Yeah. No, I can see it. But yeah, and then we had again some of the matches that we had, I feel like, and segments needed a little rework, in my opinion. I think could have had some things move, some other things that should have happened. But this was our main event tonight, tag team match between Jey Uso, LA Knight versus Division's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I want to talk about this first because, as I said, some things that should have been happening in different order, and I don't know if this should have been the closing moments. But thoughts on this match and storyline? I feel like this is a quick one.
Straightforward to the point. We get the bigger picture, especially with afterwards. LA Knight and Jey Uso. I don't think they're ever going to be done being in the same realm and trying to vie for the same championship. They just pretty much were. They're just pretty much victims of the Vision, and they're pretty much working together to try to get out of that. It's the classic, that's not your true partner kind of deal, to where there's only one person you can trust, and that's family. Hence, Big Jim towards the end. I definitely thought, like I said, the match was the main event. It had to do something to pretty much put the stamp on Seth's authority and power. Taking out the OTC, getting rid of LA Knight, getting rid of Jey Uso. But yeah, it was just a straightforward match for me.
Yeah.
I think we need to hurry up and put the tag team titles on the Bronze. I think we're wasting time with Judgment Day and having the New Day more in the tag team division, and it's not being put on actual programming. I think we need to really expedite this because that's where we're going. Mm-hmm. I did think the match was done pretty well. I love the anticipation that we see between tsunamis. Like when we hit one, it's like he's gonna get his big ass up there, get hit another one, and that's what I felt tonight. I like the fact that we're showcasing that both men are very strong as a duo, which makes the Vision seem more of a threat. That they did win this match despite LA Knight and Jay being bigger stars. The wrinkle when Big Jim won, why are you even there? But the fact that he was there and made the save. I like when the cameras or the mics caught that Jay was saying, I need you. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it alone. I can't do it. So I think the worst kept secret of the summer is that we're going to get a reunion of the Usos. I just think we're wondering when and where. Mm-hmm. And now we see it's going to be against the Bronze Division. So that's cool.
And like I said earlier, Jay's been looking more like his old self. You know what I mean? Like wearing the all black. That's kind of what I'm kind of noticing with a lot of when it comes to Jay and Jimmy. They're kind of going back to their roots when they were doing their day one-ish. So I really like that they're going to take us on that journey. All roads pretty much leading to, of course, Saudi, WrestlePalooza and everything, but all roads are definitely going to lead to War Games after all of this is said and done, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. And then the topic of the night.
Also, really quick, honorable mention, Finn did get a pin, and also shout out to the War Raiders return with Penta team up. That was really good too.
So about the Penta and War Raiders thing, WWE, you blew it. You blew it. This was your chance. If Big Jim can be there, I don't know why Andrade and Ray Phoenix can't be there. Woods even teed it up and said, "Hey, your little Lucha bro is on SmackDown." This was the time to do it in front of an audience that would have popped for it, and they would have been here for it.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it. I was like,
you missed your moment.
If anything could have happened, anything, why didn't we pull the trigger on that?
You missed your moment. They haven't been on camera together in WWE at all.
I can see them saving it though.
I think they're saving it for a special time, like something big.
Yeah.
Paris, they would have lost their shit, man.
They would have
got all the views you wanted.
They done lost their shit at a lot of stuff. Now we got to leave it up to somebody else to be able to do it. Because I'm telling you, man, people not gonna forget that Paris crowd. That Paris crowd was part of the fucking show.
The crowd was the main character today.
Yeah, like there's no way, like wherever SmackDown is this week, y'all got to come with it, or y'all gonna be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of embarrassed, Becky Lynch slapped the shit out of CM Punk several times in this segment, and like when I say, like when we said McMahon Helmsley era 2.0, that's what this was. Like when Mayer said the fourth man, and where she fits in so well. Like without even Paul being there, the Braun's not coming out, you still even see exactly where she fits into the vision. And so the main question, if not now, probably never. Does this prompt the return of AJ Lee? Let's talk about it.
I don't see why it won't. I don't see why it won't.
If there was any time,
it's now to do it for sure, especially after the way they did it in dramatic fashion. She was there slapping his face for a good 2 minutes. He was just
like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Seriously, it was very much Bugs Bunny slapping the shit out of Elmer Fudd.
Motorboated his chest. He couldn't do nothing about it.
That was hilarious. But you know what? Not for nothing with all of that. I mean, can you imagine how much fun they're about to have right now going on this story and taking us on this journey with this story? This is stuff that has been like almost 10 years in the making with this beef between Seth and CM Punk. And now it has gone to the wives. And now they better not do anything stupid where they swerve us and they put Nikki Bella back in, or they bring somebody else out that hasn't been seen in a while. No.
Yo, if they
if anything, it'll be Rhea because they just talking backstage.
Hands were thrown, and another woman's hands were touching my husband's face. I'm lacing up my Chuck Taylors and I'm coming to whip that ass.
Honey, if they do CM Punk and Nikki Bella versus Becky and Seth, I'm gonna lose my shit. Please don't do that. Please.
Or Rhea, because him and Rhea are good friends, or Roxanne because of their relationship.
Now, hold on. If it was Roxanne and Roxanne never went to Judgment Day, the wrestling daughter, I'd be like, all right, bet.
But now that Roxanne's in Judgment Day, it doesn't really make no sense.
But nah, man, this is, if there was any time to do it. And here's the thing too, because it makes so much sense at what's happening with this whole storyline, because you got to think about it. You don't need CM Punk to be fighting for the title just yet, because where this could really get to is either he can face him at Crown Jewel, or if they do another one in December. I feel like they're gonna bring another PLE back for December to close out.
Well, they do have Saturday Night Main Event too.
They're not gonna do it there. That's too big for him to. Yeah,
that's tough. I don't think they do. I think that's the last one in December because it's John's last match, and then you go with the
that's right.
A week or two later, you got Christmas and New Year's Eve, so they might have another New Year's Evil. That'd be the next one to kick it off.
Yeah, and he's not gonna do it there, or day one. No, he's not gonna do it there. You know what it's gonna most likely be is Punk's gonna have to win the Royal Rumble. So we're keeping him distracted right now, but I think Punk will win the Royal Rumble and then face Seth for the title.
Yeah. I like that he asked Pierce where SmackDown is on Friday, and he said tremendous when he learned it was Chicago. He's going to do a promo in his hometown. He always gets the hugest pop. in Chicago more than anybody else. It's more than anybody else, I think, in their hometown in general. Like that CM Punk Chicago pop is different. I hope he just comes to the ring and leaves a pair of Chuck Taylors in the ring and just walks off. That would tell me everything I need to know.
He come walking out with a shoebox, you know what time it is.
Just a box, just a regular box.
We're just making a box so it's not obvious, right?
He said you're gonna regret putting your hands on me.
God, I hope it's not real. Yo, cause again, yo, it sets up so perfectly. Like it sets up so perfectly.
This is the part where we're talking to the Unreal writers room and we're like Will Smith.
It's like because yo,
it's right here.
You got it here. That connects you to the Royal Rumble.
Like they gotta know that's where our brain is gonna go.
That connects you to Becky Lynch and her at WrestleMania. Like, just give it to us. Just give it to us. That way, again, you're not overworking her. We're not trying to immediately throw her into the title picture. It's like, yo, a rivalry that's been going on since September comes to an end at WrestleMania.
And she'll be in the ring with someone who is trustworthy in the ring and who will do good business.
Shit, one of the horsewomen for the IC title?
According to Honey.
Hey, and then don't let Becky get on some bullshit and then take the world title. Be at WrestleMania.
The back and forth between these two, like I just want to the mic work and seeing how both these women have grown since that Divas era. Because Becky talks extensively in her book about when she met AJ, and Becky was green as shit.
This it, and you know, and the thing is too. You know what? With her being there, this kind of takes a lot of pressure off Nikki, because now you have that person that can go in the ring, because she ain't missed a beat. Like AJ Lee had to do like all of this ring work for heels and stuff like that, so she had to train all them people on the show. So she stayed working with that, and she stayed working with CM Punk in the ring. So it's like, yo, she been there, and she was doing shit that these people doing now back then. So it's just like, yo, and you're in a better environment, like, yo, like you are, you know, I know they like to get that stuff to Nikki. I don't agree, but it's just like, yo, you and Paige are why the women's division is here. And if there's any time to get you.
What did she say? You can't lace up my Chuck Taylors.
Bose is mentioning they use AJ to beat AEW. This has been making the rounds today. I want to see if you guys agree with the parallels with obviously the past year and some change. We've had the Death Riders. They're calling Seth's faction the Seth Riders just because it looks almost similar now that they added Becky.
I mean,
I didn't copy in AEW a little bit.
I like Bronze.
So here's my only thing with that. You could say that. Like, is there parallels there? Yes. But the more parallels we've seen is that Seth definitely follows in Triple H's footsteps. Very much. And so, as we called it, this is the McMahon Helmsley era. Like, that's what I immediately saw when I seen this happen. I didn't think of Death Riders. I didn't think of AEW. I thought of, okay, how does the person who always pays homage to the person that he looks up to, Triple H, what's this next step? And of course, it's having your wife here, and y'all are both at the top of y'all game. Like, that's why I saw it as.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for all you people that feel like that. Again, do they watch AEW? Do they compete with them? Yes, we know that. Do I feel like it's on everything? No. And honestly, who cares about the Death Riders, if I'm just being honest?
Who are the Death Riders again?
Cesaro, some shit.
Remember
Moxley and his V-neck. And
that's why I didn't remember. Irrelevant.
So, but overall, Clash of Paris Monday Night Raw is starting off a great lead into WrestlePalooza. So shout out to them and shout out to everybody for joining us today on this episode of WWT Live. Kayfabe will be at 6 6:00. 6:00 this Thursday, because Dion said he wants to be on at 9. I was trying to remember what he said. He wants to be on at 9. So we will have the Kayfabe podcast at 6 p.m. Mayor, if you are available at 7, we would love to have you in the writer's room, as we will be creating up WrestlePalooza, getting up to WrestlePalooza, what we think will be happening within the next coming weeks, and coming up with the card itself. So hopefully you'll be able to join us on that portion of the Kayfabe podcast. We normally do that towards the end. If you can, just let us know. But thank you for everybody for checking this out. Make sure that you continue to become a member of WWT Live. And becoming a member of WWT Live, you are able to get access to our WWT After Dark. Okay, you've seen Boza talk about it. You've seen Dylan talk about it. This is where the gloves are off. We can say what we want to say. We will answer questions, not any question. I'm not finna do what TK said. We won't answer any question, but we will have it worth your while. We will even probably start doing predictions over there, some other things that you just will not see on WWT Live. You want to become a member of this. We'll also be giving y'all some dope stuff, coming up with some dope contests to give y'all. Believe me, you want to become a member and come enjoy. Might even have some of y'all on here. Never know how this is going to work, but you will only figure that out if you become a member of WWT Live. So shout out to everybody. And then I'm supposed to read this because after this, I have to get back to some more work that I got to do. So I'm going to need a coffee break. And I need coffee that won't power bomb my sleep schedule. Savorista has got me. It's premium craft, decaf, and half-calf coffee, bold flavor, no jitters, made from the high altitude of some beans from a place I cannot name. Naturally caffeinated with no harsh chemicals. Bourbon pecan decaf, minted mocha. Yep, they're that good. Use the exclusive code for 25% off of savorista.com. Use 691793. That's savorista.com, because cutting caffeine shouldn't mean cutting flavor. And again, that code is 691793.
You ate that. Work, Councilman.
Thank you. Thank you. I should have been in radio, but, you know, I didn't have a face for it.
You still
said out. Need to be out and seen. But y'all know where to find us, man. It's late. We finna go and get up out of here. Mayor needs to go eat. Honey needs to go count her coins. So thank y'all for everybody that joined us in the chat. Remember, if you want your chat put up here for us to read out loud, hit us in the super chat. $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Just hit it. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all. And we will catch y'all this Wednesday. For CEO Wednesdays.
You stirring the pot.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.